This is our first installment of cooking demonstrations with Rob Harmon.
And with Paul Peterson, our famous chef.
I'll always be here.
Today we will be cooking a recipe of my mother's, tuna noodle casserole. It's something that we ate a lot when I was growing up in Michigan. It's very easy to make. It is very cost effective for all of us recessionistas living in New York City.
So that's what today's goal was, to cook a recession-friendly meal that could, sorry.
Oh, it'll feed a lot of people, and it's the easiest thing you could ever make.
And it has everything in it. It's got vegetable, protein, carbohydrate,
and some dairy.
And dairy.
Yeah. It's good for you. It'll put some meat on your bones, that's for sure. We're going to start off today with one small package of defrosted frozen peas. I threw a little bit of salt and pepper and some butter to go in the bowl because my mother used to make it with the canned peas, but we had some frozen peas lying around, so we decided to put these to use rather than going out and spending more money on groceries. And yeah, so I just wanted to add a little bit of extra flavor. Next, we throw in the tuna. I'm going to use 3 cans of tuna. I believe Diane used to use 2. But we are still growing boys and we need lots of protein, so I'm going to add a little bit extra tuna. So we are using Bumblebee solid white albacore tuna in water. These are about $1.99 per can.
They have cheaper ones, but I don't like that kind.
I like the cheaper ones, but whatever. You can use whatever tuna you can get your hands on, whatever you have lying around. And just drain the water or the oil out, however it comes. Drain it. And we're going to dump it right in with our peas. Give that a little stir because you want to break up the tuna so it can get distributed evenly in our casserole.
Now also, before you start all this, you're probably going to want to put your pasta on because we're going to use a pound of medium-sized shells. So you want those to be ready.
Which were also on sale for 99 cents.
And you want that to be ready, and preheat your oven to 350, so that's ready for you. Yeah, you just want it hot. We're just gonna kind of bake it to warm everything through.
We don't have to cook anything.
Yeah.
We're just gonna warm it. So next, we will add the cream of mushroom soup. It's a good old family favorite. You can make almost anything with cream of mushroom soup.
Or just heat it up and eat it.
Yeah, or you could just eat it. So we're going to do 2 cans. It's really thick, so sometimes you gotta get a little rough with it.
Rough up your soup. Show the soup who's boss.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want your
yeah, almost. We just have to... The soup comes condensed, which means all the water is removed, so it's really thick. So then what we do is we throw some moisture back in here by using milk. My favorite is whole milk because I like everything rich and creamy and extra kind of buttery and delicious. I'm not a calorie counter at all. So we're going to dump in 1 can of milk per can of soup that we used. And because we used 2 cans of soup, we're going to do two little cans of milk.
Now, is that going to get thick? It's a little soupy.
Well, it needs to be a little soupy because we're going to put so much pasta in here. The pasta is going to absorb a lot of the moisture as it cooks. And we need to be able to have it kind of fluid so we can pour it into the pan. And also, where's our cheese? One bag of the cheese of your choice. Today we're using whole milk mozzarella, whole milk, shredded.
Yeah, we didn't go for the cheap one for that either. Sometimes, you know, still the meal came to like,
I don't know how it is.
How much was it?
The whole
like $18?
The whole thing was, yeah, like $17, $18. And this will feed 2 very hungry New York men for at least 2 or 3 days. should have rehearsed the cheese part of the process.
How about it?
Okay, and then dump it. There's no brains to any of this, clearly. We're doing it almost effortlessly.
Are we gonna put the pasta in there?
Yeah, we're gonna put it.
Okay.
We're gonna come close.
We're gonna make it.
So when we mix this all together and then we finally dump it into the pan, then pop it in the oven, this cheese is going to melt all of this together and it's going to become a delicious, cheesy, creamy, protein-filled little dish of pasta. Ooh, brilliant. Okay, now I've got a bigger pan with the pasta in here. We're just going to take our whole tuna mixture, slap it on over the top. Now, I can't decide for sure if my mother used to make this so often because we loved it so much or because this is the only food we had in the house. So, we'll have to ask her after we put this all over the internet.
Yes, Diane, you have to let us know. You have to leave a comment at the bottom.
Mix, mix, mix.
Smells good.
It does smell.